controversy is woven into the very fabric of South Park.
Having AIDS is awesome.
And that's part of what makes it brilliant. The show's most outrageous episodes take aim at everyone, from celebrities and politicians to religious icons and nearly every group in modern culture. No one is off limits. Creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone revel in pushing boundaries and breaking social taboos with a mischievous flair. Since its very first episode, South Park has delivered crude, shocking, and often violent content that's definitely not for the easily offended, but always sharply funny. Since debuting in 1997, the series has aired over 320 episodes, many of which have sparked outrage or public backlash. While numerous episodes stirred up controversy, it's the ones that provoked legal threats or faced outright bans that truly stand out as the most infamous in the show's history. Number 30. Red Sleigh Down, Season 6, Episode 17. In the episode Red Sleigh Down, Cartman is up to his usual tricks. He really wants something special for Christmas, but there's a problem. He's definitely not on Santa's nice list. So what does he do? He cooks up a plan to look like a hero by bringing Christmas to the kids in Iraq. To
People of Iraq deserve a good Christmas just like everyone else.
pull it off, he ropes in Santa and even Mr. Hanky. But things go south fast. Santa's sleigh gets shot down, and suddenly it turns into a wild rescue mission with guns, explosions, and chaos, all wrapped in holiday lights. The episode is packed with jokes that spoof war movies like Black Hawk Down, but not everyone was laughing. The mix of violence, religion, and Christmas rubbed some people the wrong way. Still, fans remember it for one big reason. Kenny finally comes back after being dead all season. Episode 29, Pinewood Derby, Season 13, Episode 6. In the episode Pinewood Derby, Randy, being the over-the-top dad that he is, really wants Stan to win a little Cub Scouts car race. But instead of just helping a bit, he ends up making Stan's car go so fast, it breaks the speed of light. Yeah, seriously, they don't just win the race, they make contact with aliens, and not the friendly kind. Soon, some alien criminals crash into Earth and lose a huge pile of space money in South Park. Now, instead of doing the right thing, the town does what South Park does best.
This is a lot of space cash, guys. Think what we could do with it.
They decide to hide the cash and keep it for themselves. Chaos, of course, follows. The episode pokes fun at leaders from around the world, but Mexico wasn't laughing. They weren't happy about how their former president was shown, and the episode actually got banned there for a while. Eventually it aired, but people still talk about it. Number 28. Jared Has AIDS, Season 6, Episode 1. Let me tell you a wild South Park story that dropped way before Jared Fogle, the guy who became famous for losing weight with Subway, got into real-life trouble. In the Season 6 opener, Jared comes to town as a big deal. He's visiting the kids at school, talking about how he lost all that weight, but then he casually says something like, "I couldn't have done it without my AIDS." The boys totally mishear him and think,
Oh my God. Are you serious?
he said AIDS. Yep, the disease. That little misunderstanding quickly spreads through town, and things spiral into total chaos. The episode, called Jared Has AIDS, is classic South Park, twisting a silly mix-up into a full-blown disaster. It even pokes fun at the serious movie Philadelphia, turning a legal drama into a playground of ridiculous humor.
Loosen up, you bloody vaginal belch.
It's weird, it's sharp, and honestly, it's one of the funniest takes on how fast people jump to conclusions. Number 27, Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics, Season 3, Episode 15. Styled to unfold like a festive variety show, Mr. Hanky's Christmas Classics sees everyone's favorite Christmas pooh filling the role of the host as he sits by the fire in his sewer home, introducing acts as they come on screen.
And if you don't like it, well, I guess you can suck my tiny little balls.
The episode's sporadic nature allows it to overflow with shocking gags, including singles from such performers as Adolf Hitler and Satan, as well as a song called Christmas Time in Hell that depicts a number of beloved celebrity figures in the underworld. Understandably, the episode left plenty of jaws on the floor as it fired through the obscene and absurd musical numbers with a desire to make each one more offensive than the last.
Merry Christmas, movie house!
While the Christmas episode aired in 1999, Russian prosecutors had the episode banned from television in 2008 due to excessive complaints. Number 26, Ginger Kids, Season 9, Episode 11. One of the more famous South Park episodes, Ginger Kids sees Cartman embarking on a spiteful tirade against red-haired people.
Freckles. Nasty, yuck.
When his vitriolic rhetoric inspires Kyle to trick Cartman into thinking he himself is becoming infected with gingivitis, Cartman begins defending those with red hair, even going so far as to unite ginger kids everywhere under the idea that they must rise as the master race. The clear parable to Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich is one thing, but the episode began causing genuine controversy when it sparked the infamous National Kick a Ginger Day event that led to actual acts of violence, including one that was treated as a hate crime in Canada. Ed Sheeran has jokingly claimed that the episode ruined his life and was the beginning of a wave of discrimination against red-haired people. Number 25. Super Best Friends, Season 5, Episode 3. Featuring religious mass suicides, a plethora of religious leaders, and a not-too-subtle mockery of the indoctrination of those who practice their faith in extreme measures, Super Best Friends represents South Park at its satirical and angry best. David Blaine arrives in town and enchants the boys with his magic tricks
Whoa, that's pretty cool, dude.
before enlisting them to his growing cult, Blaintology. As Stan grows suspicious of the group, he turns to Jesus Christ and the Super Best Friends group for help. Released in 2001, the episode's depiction of the Prophet Muhammad would only become a point of genuine controversy after the Yillins Poston cartoons controversy in 2005 led to a violent outcry on an international stage. Also mocking the Church of Scientology
Then how come that sign says Church of Scientology?
and notions of religious extremism, Super Best Friends pulls no punches, and interestingly, its portrayal of Muhammad hasn't been censored on reflection like the creators were forced to do in later episodes. Number 24. Tonsil Trouble, Season 12, Episode 1. The Season 12 premiere, Tonsil Trouble, isn't as widely controversial, but it still takes a sharp jab at HIV. After a tonsillectomy, Cartman discovers he's been infected with AIDS through a blood transfusion.
Accidentally infected you with the AIDS virus.
When Kyle laughs at his condition, Cartman deliberately infects him. The two then visit Magic Johnson in search of a cure. The episode has mixed reviews, with some finding its focus on AIDS intriguing, while others felt the story lost steam by the end. Despite this, the episode offers a darkly comedic take on AIDS in the modern world, cleverly criticizing the high cost of life-saving treatments that many sufferers can't access. It's a prime example of South Park's biting satire. Number 23. World War Zimmerman, Season 17, Episode 3. World War Zimmerman is one of South Park's most pointed episodes, using a parody of World War Z to address race issues and critique America's gun laws. Cartman has nightmares where African Americans are portrayed as a spreading plague, prompting him to target his classmate Tolkien. His absurd journey takes him to George Zimmerman's house. The episode ends with Zimmerman being arrested for shooting Cartman, a white child, highlighting the inconsistencies in America's gun laws. Released just months after George Zimmerman's trial, the Season 17 episode is both timely and sharp in its critique. Its ferocious satire and biting commentary on race and gun laws make it a
Need you to shoot a young African American for us. Hey, wait a minute. This kid isn't black, he's white. Wait, what? Guilty!
powerful, controversial, and progressive statement. Number 22. Cripple Fight, Season 5, Episode 2. Season 5 of South Park is unapologetically bold, and Cripple Fight is one of its most controversial episodes. The boys join a Mountain Scouts troop, but tensions arise when parents object to Big Gay Al's presence.
Well, how gay is he? He's really, really gay. Well,
The episode escalates with the arrival of a new disabled kid, Jimmy, who becomes Timmy's rival. The episode critiques the Boy Scouts of America versus Dale Supreme Court case, which involved the exclusion of homosexuals from the Scouts. It also marks the debut of Jimmy, a fan favorite character. While the episode tackles serious issues with sharp insight, it doesn't hold back from delivering its usual provocative humor, blending social commentary with its trademark irreverence. Number 21. Scott Tenorman Must Die. Season 5, Episode 4. Scott Tenorman Must Die is one of South Park's most infamous episodes, leaving viewers shocked and speechless. The story follows Cartman, who is tricked into buying pubic hair from
There, see? How do you like them apples?
Scott Tenorman as a prank. Vowing revenge, Cartman devises several failed schemes before pulling off a shocking and dark twist.
Tenorman is going to wish he never met me.
In the episode's chilling climax, Cartman reveals that he's fed Scott a bowl of chili made from the remains of his parents.
Do you like it, Scott? I call it Mr. and Mrs. Tenorman chili.
a gruesome act of revenge. While the episode doesn't carry any political or social commentary, its brutal and unexpected turn is one of the darkest moments in South Park history, cementing its place as a controversial and unforgettable classic. Number 20. Hell on Earth 2006, Season 10, Episode 11. Hell on Earth 2006 from Season 10 is a prime example of South Park's too soon approach, where current events are parodied with lightning-fast turnaround. The episode depicts Satan throwing a Halloween-themed Sweet 16 party in LA, but it drew significant backlash for mocking recently deceased celebrities,
Irwin, I am the Crocodile Hunter.
particularly Steve Irwin. Irwin, the beloved wildlife expert, is shown with a stingray barb through his chest just 2 months after his tragic death. The portrayal sparked outrage, especially from those close to the Irwin family. Trey Parker and Matt Stone were surprised by the strong reaction, feeling the episode was less offensive than others they had made. Nevertheless, the shock factor inclusion remains a controversial moment in the show's history. Number 19. Bloody Mary, Season 9, Episode 14. Bloody Mary from Season 9 is a prime example of South Park's unapologetic approach to religion. The episode centers around a statue of the Virgin Mary in a neighboring town, which starts bleeding out its ass. Randy, believing the statue's blood can cure his alcoholism,
Hey, her divine ass blood has miraculous healing power.
seeks to get the statue to bleed on him. While the content is relatively tame by South Park standards, it sparked outrage from Catholic groups and religious leaders in the US, New Zealand, and Australia. They condemned the episode for its mockery of the Virgin Mary, attempting to prevent its airing and inclusion in DVD releases. Despite the backlash, it remains available for streaming on Max, cementing its place in the show's controversial history. Number 18. Holiday Special, Season 21, Episode 3. Holiday Special revolves around Columbus Day and modern society's consideration of the effect of such holidays. Randy helms an anti-Columbus Day campaign which sees the holiday discontinued, meaning the boys have to go to school. As they try to confront Randy on his vehement yet uneducated stance on the issue, he finds himself clashing with the genealogy company. Disguised as a hilarious depiction of Randy Marsh at his most reckless, obsessive, and moronic, Holiday Special is a favorite episode of many fans, but it also has plenty of eyebrow-raising moments throughout. Randy, dressed as Christopher Columbus, being filmed beating up a Native American man on his driveway is a shocking display of circumstantial comedy that is both ghastly and hysterical. However, there were viewers who took issue with the scene and the episode's overall focus, stirring up some controversy despite Randy's staunch anti-Columbus stance. Number 17. Mr. Garrison's Fancy New Vagina, Season 9, Episode 1. Mr. Garrison's Fancy New Vagina from 2005 explores themes of gender and identity, making it ahead of its time in light of today's societal focus on these issues. The episode follows Mr. Garrison undergoing sex reassignment surgery, while Kyle decides to undergo negroplasty to become black and pursue his dream of playing basketball. The episode is absurd and pointed, with a subplot where Gerald Broflovsky undergoes surgery to look like a dolphin. However, the real controversy stems from the inclusion of actual footage of a sex reassignment surgery. The graphic and unexpected nature of this scene led many viewers to question its necessity, making the episode one of South Park's most controversial for its handling of sensitive topics. Number 16. Cartman Joins Nambla, Season 4, Episode 5. Cartman Joins Nambla from Season 4 is a textbook example of South Park pushing boundaries. The episode follows Cartman as he inadvertently joins the North American Man-Boy Love Association,
Men who like young boys. That's perfect.
NAMBLA, a group notorious for its predatory, illegal actions. This decision places the boys in danger, while a subplot sees Kenny trying to stop his parents from having another child. The episode also introduces the North American Marlon Brando lookalikes,
The North American Man-Boy Love Association.
What? No, we're the North American Marlon Brando lookalikes.
who become embroiled in the NAMBLA conflict. While the episode was generally well received for its satire, it sparked significant controversy due to its disturbing references to pedophilia and the unsettling subplot involving Kenny. The British channel Sky One even banned the episode, though it has since aired elsewhere and is available for streaming. Number 15. Crack Baby Athletic Association Season 15, Episode 5. Crack Baby Athletic Association centers around Cartman's latest scheme, where he sets up a business exploiting crack-addicted babies by making them fight for drugs, all in the name of creating an athletic league. Kyle, initially volunteering to help children at the hospital, uncovers Cartman's disturbing operation and learns that the corrupt plan has even caught the attention of EA Games.
No, but dude, we can't license our games to EA Sports and pay the crack babies nothing. Slavery is illegal.
The episode's portrayal of drug-addicted babies forced to fight shocked many viewers, solidifying its controversial nature. While the episode received mixed reviews, with some feeling it didn't delve deep enough into the exploitation of NCAA athletes, it remains one of the most shocking and provocative episodes, reflecting South Park's tendency to tackle dark and taboo subjects head-on. Number 14, It Hits the Fan, Season 5, Episode 1. An episode that shocked even longtime viewers, It Hits the Fan kicked off South Park's 5th season with an unforgettable bang. The plot follows the town's descent into chaos after a popular TV show airs the word shit uncensored, prompting everyone in South Park to start using it freely.
A recent poll shows that 24% of Americans think the show has pushed the envelope too far, while a whopping 76% say they don't really give a shit.
The word turns out to be cursed, unleashing a plague and awakening the mysterious Knights of Standards and Practices. The episode satirizes TV censorship and media hysteria, directly targeting the debate around profanity on television. While its message is clear, the real controversy stemmed from its outrageous content, not only the 162 utterances of the word shit, but also the graphic scenes of people vomiting their intestines in gloriously grotesque cartoon gore. Number 13. The Death Camp of Tolerance, Season 6, Episode 14. As its title suggests, the Death Camp of Tolerance is among South Park's most unapologetically outrageous episodes. Mr. Garrison tries to get fired by performing obscene sexual acts in the classroom, hoping to sue the school for discrimination. However, instead of punishment, the boys are sent to a tolerance camp for their supposed intolerance. The episode dives headfirst into topics like homophobia, political correctness, and even the Holocaust, parodying Schindler's List in a darkly comedic way.
Nigger!
Heeb.
Faggot!
Cracker!
Oh man, this is awesome!
Now you know how it feels.
I wanna ride again, I wanna ride again!
One of the most bizarre sequences involves a gerbil journeying through Mr. Garrison's body, a grotesque parody of The Hobbit. Bold, twisted, and brutally satirical, the episode stirred plenty of backlash while delivering some of South Park's most controversial laughs. Number 12. Canada on Strike, Season 12, Episode 4, an episode that has become even more controversial in recent times. Canada on Strike was released in April 2008 and worked as a thinly veiled mockery of the WGA writer strikes that were ongoing at the time. In the episode, Canada goes on strike and demands money, which prompts the boys to try making Butters a viral internet sensation. Interestingly,
1, 2, 3, 4, Canada deserves more money. 1, 2, 3, 4, Canada deserves more money.
while the targeting of the writer's strike did raise some eyebrows, Comedy Central faced a lawsuit for the episode's recreation of the then viral video What in the Butt, in a case that was dismissed. Laced with strong jokes that land frequently throughout, the episode was seen as being one of the series' better entries of its 12th season. Number 11, Crazy Cripples, Season 7, Episode 2. South Park has a reputation for towing the line of what is acceptable, but Crazy Cripples took that endeavor for socially revealing comedy up a notch. With Christopher Reeve arriving in town to promote stem cell research, Jimmy and Timmy unite in response to the attention Reeves amasses, forging a gang called the Crips, which gets them involved with the street gang of the same name. Stone and Parker had been tentative about making an episode about Reeves for some time, but decided to do it after being dissatisfied with the sentiment of the actor's appearance on Larry King Live. The South Park episode was also controversial.
And now you can see, my arms have better movement.
For its graphic engagement with and lampooning of stem cell research and its commentary on gang violence. Number 10, The Worldwide Privacy Tour Season 26, Episode 2. A recent episode to ruffle its targets is the second episode of the latest season, which made fun of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Although it doesn't call out the Duke and Duchess of Sussex by name, it features a Prince of Canada and his wife who look very much like them. The couple moves to South Park where, banging drums, they loudly and repeatedly demand privacy. It's a classic slice of acerbic satire from South Park and one of the most entertaining episodes of Season 26. The royals, however, were apparently none too pleased. Markle was reportedly upset and overwhelmed for days about the episode. There were even rumors that Harry and Meghan were planning some kind of legal action, but their spokesperson has since denied this. Number 9. Proper Condom Use, Season 5, Episode 7. This episode tackled the socially taboo topic of sex education in schools. The parents are too squeamish to talk to their kids about sex.
The schools have to teach them sexual education at a younger age. School policy has been to teach sexual education later, in the 6th grade.
It isn't soon enough.
Yeah, why just this afternoon our son was caught beating off our dog.
So they hand the task over to the teachers, who do an abysmal job at it. The characters end up more confused than they were at the beginning, which escalates to an all-out war between the boys and the girls. There's one particularly graphic scene where Mr. Garrison demonstrates how to put a condom with his mouth. This led the British channel Sky One to ban the episode for its sexual and violent content. Even Comedy Central forced Parker and Stone to cut parts of it for broadcast. Beneath all the obscenity though, the irreverent South Park episode makes a relevant point about how difficult it can be for kids to get access to good information on such topics. Episode 8, All About Mormons, Season 7, Episode 12. Dumb, 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 Dumb. All About Mormons focuses on Gary, a Mormon boy who moves to South Park and befriends the show's main characters. Gary shares the story of the founding of the Mormon religion, leading to a series of hilarious misunderstandings and misadventures as Randy declares that the Marsh family will be Mormon as well.
Dad, how come you never told me about Joseph Smith?
Who?
Shut up, turn, we're watching Friends!
The guy who spoke to God and Jesus.
Well, Stan, God and Jesus don't actually speak to people.
That's not what the Harrison said.
Who are the Harrisons?
The new people that moved in down the street. Mr. Harrison said that Joseph Smith spoke to God and Jesus and they told him none of the religions were right.
On account of how friendly he finds the religion to be. The episode is notable for its humorous treatment of the faith, and it is often cited as an example of the show's ability to tackle complex and sensitive topics in an entertaining and enlightening way. Parker and Stone would explore similar themes in greater depth with their hit 2011 Broadway musical The Book of Mormon. However, not everyone liked it. In a statement, the LDS Church called the episode a gross portrayal of church history. Number 7. Woodland Critter Christmas, Season 8, Episode 14. Spinning the idea of a charming and wholesome sitcom Christmas special on its head, South Park presented one of its most renowned episodes with Woodland Critter Christmas, which excelled at being hilariously funny, sickeningly twisted, and shockingly dark all in equal measure. The episode follows Stan as he stumbles upon a group of cute and seemingly innocent forest creatures preparing for the arrival of their savior, a prophesied immaculate birth. However, it soon becomes evident that the adorable animals are in fact devoted Satanists awaiting the rise of the Antichrist. From there, the story takes a decidedly twisted turn, culminating in a gory finale involving murder, ritual sacrifice, and a bloody orgy. It's a testament to the show's ability to blend crude humor with biting commentary on religion and pop culture, alongside copious buckets of animated blood. Number 6. Banned in China, Season 23, Episode 2. An episode that addressed Hollywood's growing tendency to cater to Chinese censors in order to maintain access to the nation's lucrative market. Banned in China saw South Park pull no punches as it took aim at the American entertainment industry. The episode sees Randy land in trouble when he travels to China to expand a sketchy business venture, while Stan writes a new death metal song which becomes a hit, but he grows frustrated as his rising popularity is compromised by his producer's insistence that he complies with Chinese censorship. The episode's criticism of China's censorship and the Hollywood companies that compromise their films to cater to it was scathing and had no interest whatsoever in being subtle, with Mickey Mouse's presence making a particular point of chastising Disney.
It's like they didn't even want to listen.
They didn't listen at all? But why not?
It's the bear. They're still pissed off about the bear.
But for what?
In response, the Chinese government banned South Park entirely, a move which was met with Parker and Stone issuing a sarcastic apology on Twitter. Number 5. Trapped in the Closet, Season 9, Episode 12. A merciless skewering of Scientology, Trapped in the Closet was a Stan-focused South Park episode that followed the young protagonist as he learns of his high Thetan levels, making him the potential leader of the Church of Scientology, as many within the religion begin to believe he may be the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard. As the story unfolds, it includes Tom Cruise, John Travolta, and R. Kelly hiding in Stan's bedroom closet in despair before Stan denounces Scientology as a scam. While the show has no qualms about skewering the religious institution with its trademark crude humor, some of the episode's funniest moments simply detail what Scientology actually teaches. While its depiction of some of Hollywood's high-profile Scientologists proved to be an attention-grabbing swipe, it even resulted in Isaac Hayes, the actor who voiced Chef and a Scientologist himself, to quit the show. Number 4. The China Problem, Season 12. Episode 8, running with 2 equally wrong stories that unfold co-adjacently. The China Problem was a chaotic and consistently offensive installment to the series, which shocked even some of the show's most hardened viewers. Having watched the Beijing Olympics on TV, Cartman grows certain that China is planning to invade America and recruits Butters to form the American Liberation Front to resist against the threat. Meanwhile, Stan and his friends have a difficult time addressing their disappointment with Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The boys imagine some graphic scenes involving Steven Spielberg and George Lucas violating Indiana Jones in a manner which a lot of fans thought may have crossed a line even for South Park. In the other plot thread, Cartman dresses up in stereotypical Chinese clothing to infiltrate a local Chinese restaurant to gain information on the looming invasion. All in all, The China Problem is one of the series' most consistently shocking episodes, one which sparked some controversy upon release. Number 3. With Apologies to Jesse Jackson, Season 11, Episode 1. With Apologies to Jesse Jackson is a satire on the nature of racism and the complicated issues surrounding public apologies in modern American society. The episode centers around Randy Marsh, who inadvertently uses a racial epithet on a live TV game show.
Well, I know it, but I don't think I should say it.
5 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
All right, I'd like to solve the puzzle. Niggers!
Leading to a national controversy. Parker and Stone poke fun at how individuals and institutions often attempt to apologize for offensive behavior without truly understanding or addressing the underlying issues. The rewatchable South Park episode pushes the envelope in all sorts of ways. Jesse Jackson declares himself the Emperor of Black People. Cartman makes a mockery of his sensitivity training, and a racial slur is uttered a full 43 times. The Parents Television Council criticized the episode, but most commentators actually praised its approach to the subject matter. Number 2. 200 and 201, Season 14, Episode 5 and 6th episodes 200 and 201 are among the most heavily censored episodes in the series' history. The two-parter features the return of Tom Cruise and the Church of Scientology, who want a meeting with the Muhammad character that was introduced in a previous episode. The episode explores the controversy surrounding depictions of the Prophet Muhammad, which are forbidden in Islam. The episode led to violent threats against South Park Online. It was too risque even for Comedy Central, who bleeped out parts of the South Park episode and removed others entirely. The episodes were never broadcast again or put online for streaming. 13 years later, the only way to watch them is to buy them on Blu-ray or DVD. It still stands as one of the most controversial South Park episodes ever. Before we get to number 1, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to Cook Your Eyes. Ever made. Number 1. Cartoon Wars Season 10, Episode 3 and 4. In Cartoon Wars, the TV series Family Guy plans to show Muhammad in one of its episodes. Extremists threaten violence if the episode airs, but the people of South Park decide to literally bury their heads in the sand rather than acknowledge the danger. The second part of the episode also features the hilarious revelation that the Family Guy writing staff are a group of manatees. Comedy Central cut the Family Guy scene, replacing it with a black screen and a title card reading, "In this shot, Muhammad hands a football helmet to Family Guy." Comedy Central has refused to broadcast an image of Muhammad on their network. Thus, the South Park episode itself became an example of the kind of censorship it was satirizing. Beneath the absurdity and crude jokes, South Park often has a clear sense of the issues facing society, though the episodes cannot be found on Max today. From blasphemous parodies to politically charged satire, South Park has thrived by going where few shows dare to tread. Each of these episodes episodes, whether through dark humor or savage commentary, has sparked conversation, backlash, and lasting cultural impact. For better or worse, South Park continues to challenge norms, redefine boundaries, and prove that nothing is off limits when it comes to comedy. Love it or hate it, its legacy as one of the most fearless shows on television is undeniable.